Boom.
How are we today, gentlemen? More importantly, welcome back, Gary.
Hello. Yay. Hello. I woke up, so it's a good start.
Yes, excellent.
Just so people know, he's slouching. He's not permanently stuck like that. You're sitting.
This is like the new look, Gary.
This is the new look. Yeah. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm all right. I'm getting there. It wasn't a stroke, so that was it was all the fun of a stroke without being a stroke.
Yeah.
So the issues I'm suffering at the moment are expected to fully disappear.
Yeah. Good. So, I mean, we can't have you having a limp wrist, can we?
No, don't want me being limp-wristed.
No,
none of that. No, it was a pleasant way to spend a weekend. Not.
At least you got to see all the lovely nurses, eh?
Yeah, who woke me up when I'd finally got to sleep at 5 o'clock in the morning on Sunday morning. Who woke me up to do my blood pressure, right? And
yeah.
She was a lovely, lovely little nurse, and she just shook my shoulder like that to wake me up, and I leapt out of my skin. Promptly plums the bloody blood pressure monitor on me, and the thing's flashing red lights because my blood pressure's shot up because I've just damn near crapped myself. It was really good, and I even had a hospital dinner.
Oh,
I'm sorry to hear that.
One that had been around the wards a few times.
Around the world a few times, I think.
And how are you, John?
I'm good. Good. Done a much to report. Yeah. Like, you know.
I wish.
Did you enjoy your day off?
Yeah. Yeah, it's fine.
Well, what about you, Mikey? What you been doing?
I'm all right. I had a meeting yesterday. That went well. I've managed to put the top wing on the Fokker.
Yay.
So now I need to put the undercarriage and the prop on. Well, I need to paint them first. Well, paint them first. Yeah. Other than that, I've not done much because I was getting ready for that meeting. Because I had to do. They told me to get all this information together, so I made a 42-page bundle with it, including an 11. Because they said you got to have a business plan as well. So I did an 11-page business plan, and got there, and I didn't even need it. The only thing I needed was a spreadsheet with the ingoings and outgoings.
Well, there you go.
So I was well happy about that.
Pardon me.
Indigestion, Gary.
It's that coffee.
Yeah. It's the last episode of the Fokker today.
Yeah.
Sure is.
And I am going to have to say mine will not be finished today, but it will be finished in the near future.
Yeah. I think we're going to miss them, to be honest.
I really enjoyed the build so far. I think it's been it's a beautiful kit.
For me, it's been an eye opener.
Yeah.
And you know, as the first time doing a World War I aircraft, I can honestly say I've enjoyed building it. There were a few bits of it that I thought would be a bit daunting, like the lozenge, on the wings and all that, which actually were just a big decal, really. But no, I have enjoyed it. I'm not so sure I'd have enjoyed it as much if I hadn't got, because some of the tiny work I did with AK pens, doing it with a brush, I might have not enjoyed it as much. I don't know, but we'll see what happens there, because due to recent events, I've got a slightly weird hand.
Yes.
So, could end up looking like a 3-year-old's done it.
Yeah. Ooh, he's done his box.
Look at that.
So I had right. So last week, you probably remember. I think you would. I put the top wing on backwards.
Who
So-
could forget?
Now I've flicked it around. There's no real drama in that. It's not as straight as what it was before. It's not bad. Also, I had lost or misplaced one of these Cobain struts. In fact,
Yeah.
that one there. As it turns out, I made one and put it there. But as it turns out, this one here, down to the bottom of the engine, both those ones were still on the sprue. So, which is why they're all painted RLMO2, except for those two, which is still the grey plastic. So I'll just need to give them a brush with RLMO2, and they'll be fine. But the correct ones are in the correct place now, and everything's nice and straight and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, there's that. So what remains for me is all these little bits. Build up the undercarriage, sort of, trapeze, for want of a better word. The two wheels go on. We've got the centre sort of axle, pretty much bearing, and the two ailerons. And I've got a couple of little instruments and other things like an anemometer and stuff, which is that little tiny thing will go on one of the outer wing struts. That's the airspeed indicator. So the pilot, to see how fast he's going, has to look all the way out to here. Just because, that's the way they did it. Because you'd literally be flying by the seat of your pants. Your airspeed didn't matter so much. If you don't hear the wing cracking, then crack on. I reckon that's how it was.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I'll just keep pottering.
Yeah.
Oh god, I've got the theme song in my head again.
Yeah, it was lovely on Monday. I could sing to me heart's content.
Yeah.
Well, that could be one. I just realised something.
Oh dear. What have you done? Have you done it as well? Please. Please tell me you put the wing on the wrong way around.
No.
Oh.
Not quite. What I have done, notice anything with the struts, John?
There's something weird. Yes, I see.
Go on. What have you done?
Yeah. So the top center one is meant to go down there.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sort of missing the outer wing struts, but they're on the next page of the instructions anyway. I think,
Yeah,
aren't they?
that's what I mean. It doesn't show you on the page where you're actually putting the struts on.
No. So here, I think, yeah. In that step there, you put in those ones, and then I'm trying to remember where it is.
C9.
How do you mount the other ones? Oh, yeah, no, that's it. So, yeah. So this one here, that step there on page 7, you mount these Cobain struts, and it doesn't draw them too well just because of the angle. It looks like a mess left and right. And then on the next page, and you're putting this outer one all the way to the bottom there. So yeah. They do it's not great.
Yeah.
It's not bad, but
the super glued on now, so it's not going to change. Mine's going to be totally unique.
Unique.
Yeah.
More unique than a unique thing from Planet Unique on National Unique Day.
Yes. Shall we go through the chat?
Yes, why not?
Julie says, "Oh, for Duke, we have competition." Laugh out loud. Second comment, morning, Darren, different branch of the clan hall. Dieter says, third by overall counts, second by day count. We are such a competitive lot, aren't we?
Yeah.
Tiff, morning, folks.
Morning, Tiff.
Athol, here we go again. Morning, all.
Morning, Athol.
Morning. Ian, good morning, good day, all. Professor Hot Wheels, aka Julian, has top spot, I see.
Professor Hot Wheels.
Dieter says, will be on and off to follow today, keeping an eye on 4 laptops and lacking the eyes. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
And I've run out of coffee. It's not good.
Oi, oi, Sonic.
Sonic says, oi, oi. Phil, good morning. Good morning, Phil.
Morning, Phil.
Ian, Gary, lovely to see you're well.
Thank you very much, Ian.
Julian, morning, Hagrid, Tiff, Athol, Ian, and Phil. Julian, morning, Mikey, Chair, Farty Pants, evening, John.
Oi.
Dita, welcome back, Gary. Good to see you up and about again.
Yeah, thank you. It's good to be back. If
Dita,
not in a slightly diminished state.
Dita says John is going Pink Floyd-ish on his shirt.
Yes, it is. It's a tour T-shirt for. I'll stop cameras and show it again. So it is Dark Side of the Moon. It's just going to pop up. Come on. Maybe it's not going to swap back. Did I hit the right button? No, I did not. Right. Okay, so yes, sort of Dark Side of the Moon there, and literally, well, it's Roger Waters' Dark Side of the Moon on the back there. It's from his concert tour. Yeah.
C6. Deet says, greetings all. Ian, hello panel and modders. Hello. Tiff, should have been in hospital here, Gary. It's all fresh cooked.
Oh, this was cooked fresh.
About an hour before.
About 5 hours ago, yeah.
Dita, Mikey, did you do it the John way or the opposite way? That wing on your Fokker. I did it the correct way. It's the struts I got wrong. Last month's fresh cooked Tiff. Ian says, I'll be glad to see the back of you fuckers. DP's in. She says, hi everyone. Hello.
Morning, baby cakes.
I won't use my normal humour with that name. Athol says, morning, John, Gary, and Mikey. And welcome back, Gary.
Thank you very much. Morning, morning, morning.
And he says, morning, baby cakes. DP, morning, Athol. Julian, that reminds me of a hospital clinic once, Gary. I arrived at the hospital 30 minutes early, 20 minutes parking, 9 minutes in the car park to the clinic. Nurse took my blood pressure and said it was high. Yeah, thing.
Yeah.
Julian says, morning, Sonic. Sonic, hey, Julian. Julian, hey, baby cakes. DP, hi, Julian. Sonic, thought my comments weren't showing up again. Hate it when YouTube does that, the sods. Yeah. DP says, hi, Sonic. And hi, Tiff. Sonic says, hi, baby cakes. Apple, hello, Sonic. It's because they cannot read dialects that are not English. Julian, another time in hospital, they transfer me to the assessment unit from the assessment unit to a ward at 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
DP says, hi, Mikey. Hello. Julian, no, Sonic, sadly, your comments are appearing. Oops, mine is sadly honest. Sonic, if I really start typing the way I speak, you're all knackered. We'll probably need Tiff to translate. Tiff, no, Sonic, when I was in for a gallbladder infection, all the meals were beautiful, fresh meals. Darlow opposite for the win. Oh, Darlow Hospital for the win. Sonic says, I aim to please Julian.
Ooh, just Julian.
Yeah. Julian says, Sonic, maybe you need subtitles in real life. That reminds me. Do you remember when the Iraq and Afghan wars were kicking off, and there's that parody video of a group of terrorists with a reporter, and it was coming up with the subtitles for them, but not for the reporter, and they were kicking off because they're like, "I am Oxford educated. Why do I need subtitles? I speak perfect English." Kevin, morning, everyone.
Morning, Kevin.
Matthew, I'm a Ouija Sonic, so at least one of us will understand you. And good morning, Gull. Hello, Matthew.
Morning, Matthew.
Julian says, hi, Kevin. Sonic, my own form of sign language will have to do, Julian. Dieter, interesting to see how easy you can mess up that kit and still make it look so good. Disturbing yet hilarious at the same time. Oh, I can mess up anything, mate. I'm not a plane modeler, am I? Julian says, hi, Keith. Nigel, morning, everyone. I trust we are hale and hearty for a given value of hale and hearty. Absolutely. Timmy is in. He says, evening.
Hey, Timmy.
Gary loves doing that.
I don't think he can help doing that.
Yeah. It's like a twitch. Julie says, laptops, that reminds me, I need to check the webcam on mine. Ooh, you going for OnlyFans, are you, Julie?
I was going to say, is that for your OnlyFans?
Yeah. Only wheels. Hi, Nigel, says Julian. And evening, Tim, says Julian. Julian, Sonic, if you're aiming to please, maybe you need to adjust your aim. Sonic, Yeeskin oozes, then it's all right. Yeah. Matthew says, I aching, or whatever. I don't know. Jockanese. Jim says, hello to all in chat.
Hi, Jim.
Welcome back, Jim. We missed you on Tuesday.
You were worried about you.
Yeah.
We thought you were deported.
Now, John, don't get political. And he says, hello to all in chat. Jim says, good morning, Modmin.
Oh, Houston.
Sonic says, hey, Jim, what have you done?
One of my struts is broken.
Your tail's not even on.
I know my tail's not on yet. This strut's broken on the sprue, look.
Oh, no. You can fix that. Man of your caliber.
Dead straight.
Sonic says, hey, Jimbo. Jim, hello and good morning, evening to our gracious hosts. Hello, Jim. Jim says, hello, Sonic. Tiff, morning, baby cakes and Jim. Julian, Sonic's mum's mother was Glaswegian. Over 60 years after she left Glasgow, you could still cut her accent with a chainsaw, a very sharp chainsaw. There we go. Julian, as a result, I'm fluent in Scottish. I thought, oh my God, he's back. Hello, Jim from Chicago. Julian, hi, Jim Stripe Skunk. Jim, glad to see you back at the bench, Gary.
Glad to be back. I'm not doing much, to be honest, but
he may be asleep by the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Jim says, hello, Julian. Dieter, one laptop down, 2 to go. Only thing I can mess up here is tell the system it is a QWERTY keyboard instead of an AZERTY. Laugh out loud. Never used an AZERTY. Sonic says, been told my accent isn't quite as sharp as it was, but if I'm in company of a fellow Ouija, it sharpens right back up instantly. Tiff says, you can understand me all right, says Sonic. Yes, I can, says Matthew. Dieter, oops, 3 to go. Where did the last laptop think where she was going now? Bad laptop. Julian, laugh my ass off regarding only wheels. No, it's to use maybe on live streams when I'm eventually modeling. But hey, I do like that though. Only wheels. You'll have to keep that Benji sticker on a board, on a card or something, Gary, and just show it to Benji every time he starts barking.
Benji, read.
No.
He can't read.
Sonic says, hey, Benji. Jim, thanks, Mikey and Gary. I had a bad cold virus on Sunday. Still there, but symptoms were worse Monday through Wednesday.
Oh, sorry to hear that, Jim.
Athol says, morning, Benji. Tell Dad you want something nice.
What's the matter? What's the matter?
Jim says, hello, Benji.
Shush. You've made your point.
Sonic says, walkies.
Just come back from that.
Jim says, greetings, Apple. And Sonic says, biscuits then. Right, let's get these struts on, shall we? Let's strut our stuff.
Sure.
Right. Hopefully that will set.
Ooh, Sharpie pen. Should we have some music?
Yes, let's have some. Before you start the music, I have I was watching on Tuesday, I think it was.
Yes.
And there was a lot of dissing of Miss Swift going on. So let's just keep that all under control today, shall we, gentlemen?
Okay.
I wasn't happy about that.
To be fair, I did say don't mention the fact she might be pregnant from Gary because he'll get all upset and jealous. I'll stick it up for you, bud.
Another rumour. Vicious rumour.
Who the daddy? Let's go for Lazy Boy Blues. That suits us. June says, woof.
You disappeared on us then, Mikey. Your microphone went very muffled.
Ooh, hang on. It could be because of the music.
It's back now.
Oh, is it? If I do it there, it's muffled. If I do it there, it's normal. There we go. Ooh. Turn that down a little bit. There you go. I'm doing that. Sonic says he's probably just feeling a bit rough.
He will be in a minute.
Athol says, yesterday woke up eye streaming, nose streaming, and coughing loads, but by lunchtime I was okay. I think it's Celia's new moisturiser she plastered herself in before bed. Could be. Could be allergic to it.
Could be. Could be. Oh, yeah. Well, I've got a weak strut.
That's what she said.
You can get a cream for that.
Oh, that reminds me. Sorry. Yeah, so I mopped the floor this morning, but I left the mop and bucket outside. I should go and get that. Sorry, random fact.
Oh, how cool is that? The strut that's meant to go there, John, on the back,
yeah,
fits there as well.
I can't. You have to zoom in, mate.
Zoom.
Yeah.
So the strut that's meant to go there, right?
Yeah.
Fits there as well.
Yeah, they're very, very close.
So,
which is why I had my C, whichever one. I had two of them backwards. I had C1 fitted as C15.
Yeah.
Madness.
That'll do for me. Julie says, regarding the hospital meals, I took a photo of my lunch once and sent it to friends asking for suggestions. I went, what is it? One replied, prayer and a Ouija board.
I've got to say the food might have been a bit dodgy, but the staff were absolutely wonderful.
Yeah. What more could you ask for?
Well, yeah, to not be in hospital thing. To start.
Well, yeah, besides that, dickhead. Sorry, penis head.
That's even funnier.
You know I love you, really, Joe. That's the only way it's the only reason we get away with speaking to each other the way we do.
Yes. Do. What's going on there? Oh, that'll do.
Tiff says, what more could you ask for? Better food? Top tip, with your Tamir extra thin, when you get it, put a rubber band around the cap.
Why?
Because it means that if you're holding something, you can just flick it like that and it'll grip. So you can close it with one finger.
Oh yeah, that's a good tip.
There you go.
All
I've
this
always
in an education as well.
Yeah, I've always done that. I've just always forgot to mention it. Oops. Leave that over there to dry.
Struts repaired.
There you go. See, you can unfasten it. Do it with one finger. Sonic says, if it's a Ouija board, the words on it are I or no and F off. There you go.
Aye.
Very good, Sonic. Very true.
Excuse me.
And you, old boy.
Do apologise. I've only had 2 cups of coffee this morning.
Oh, I'm only on my first. I need another. But unfortunately, Kaylee's asleep. So I might have to go and make one. Kieran says, Moneygall, great to see everyone, especially Gary.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yes.
Seems you are the crowd favourite.
Well, there
Well,
you go.
clearly, I think this will be the last stream that any Aussies will be a part of. So, no, it's not that. No, I think we're all thrilled to see Gary back again. He is not the star of the show, but he thinks he is. So,
He's the star in his own world.
A legend in my own lunchtime.
Start of your own
I
live
have to
show.
say though, when I was in hospital, and when we initially thought it was a stroke, all I could sit and think about was because my left side had all gone a bit weird, and being left-handed, and all I could think about was how am I going to paint my models? How am I going to hold the plastic? Nothing else mattered.
are you left-handed?
I am left-handed, yeah,
I'd not noticed.
and Marion is left-handed as well.
Ah,
Or,
Yes,
as
am
the
I.
rest would say, cack-handed.
Yeah, cack-handed. Yeah. No, I am. Unfortunately, I am left-handed.
So I'm the only right-handed person on here, then.
oh
On
yeah.
the panel.
Represent.
Yeah. I'm in a minority for once.
I should. So okay, so I'm trying to do a couple of things at once. I think what I'll do, I'll put these struts on the undercarriage and wait for them to dry and move on because I still need to. So the only bits I need to do are sort of tricky and intricate. So I need to put on the Balkan croys, whatever you want to call it, the big German cross things on the wings.
Oh, yeah.
I've got struts on the
I had the
horizontal
sense.
stab.
I had the sense to do the wing decals when the wings weren't on the plane.
Well, they're easy to get because they're on top.
Yeah.
There's some carry handles that I've got to put on underneath the fuselage here. I've got little tiny little bits of metal. All these little things go around certain flight control surfaces and all that stuff. Tell you what I might. As I say, yeah, I'll put the undercarriage struts in place on this. Leave that aside and let it dry. I want to give the prop another wash of oil to get the wood grain effect sort of coming up. But it's not looking so bad. But yeah, I have never even put it on this. Let's see how it goes.
Well, I've got an interesting problem because on the undercarriage it's purple.
Yeah.
Right. I've only got red and blue, which is fine because that makes purple. Problem is, I'm colourblind.
Yeah.
And particularly.
So whatever happens, it'll look perfect to you.
Yes.
So what is opposite purple on the colour wheel? If it's a mix of red and blue, it's got to be yellow, correct?
So, I've got a colour wheel somewhere. Shows how often I use it. My interesting problem today, and goes back to me being left-handed and having a dodgy hand at the moment, is I can't gauge the right pressure to squeeze this bottle. Of contacture glue. So I can't work out whether the metal nozzle is blocked or whether I'm not squeezing it hard enough, and I'm frightened to squeeze it too hard in case it, for want of a better phrase, ejaculates everywhere.
It's me.
And we found a whole new level.
I might have to try extra thin on it. No, it's all right.
That would hurt.
Just trying to get the pressure right on the.
I know, but I can tell you if it's blocked, can I?
Yeah, you could do. I have done the. I'll do this again.
Was that Marion I heard?
That is Nurse Marion.
I am here.
Wonderful.
Hello, Marion.
Hello, coughing and spluttering still, but I'm here.
Oh, bless you.
Wonderful.
And I'm just
Personally, I would have just taken the opportunity to ditch him and run, but you know, congratulations.
Say that I'm leaving him in your capable hands. I've got to pop to Aldi's.
Okie dokie.
Oh,
let me try, darling. Give me a bit of paper or something I can squeeze it into.
Now,
Just come out the end of it, does it?
Yeah, it's coming out. It's me.
It's you, darling.
It's me. Okay.
Just because...
Thank you. No, it's going. Doing it now.
Yeah. Right. Perhaps it just needed a good squeeze to get it going.
That's what she said.
Marion, calm down.
I know. I'll be giving him a heart attack soon, won't I? Right.
Yeah.
Sonic said, "Hi, Mrs. Minion."
No, it's not all right.
It is all right. It's just.
Oh, shit, I just threw in a bottle of paint.
There you go.
Sonic says, "Hi, Kieran."
Into Aldi, so Carry On's coming with me.
Karen.
What about Jake?
He's going to sit at home because we're not going to be long. So she's going to get him sat up downstairs.
Julian says, "Morning, Kieran." Kieran says, "Hi, Sonic and Julian." Athol, the good thing about being in Aberdeen Hospital is there's a Chinese place across the road. So nip in and pick up a menu before going into the hospital. There we go. Kieran, laugh out loud, you're all my favourites. Oh, thank you, Kieran. Athol says, "Morning, Kieran." Julian, Benji's the star of the show with a supporting cast of Mikey, Gary and John.
Fair enough. I'm just thinking, I think it's probably a bit alarming that Kieran laughs out loud before he says, "You're all my favourites." Clearly it's a joke.
Yeah.
Everyone knows it's me.
Yes. Oops. Yeah, Athol says, "Morning, Julian." Tiff says it is yellow. There we go. Athol, morning, Marion. Jim, hello, Mrs. Morris. Matthew says, for contact, take metal tube out, hold the pliers and heat it with a lighter. It'll clear the metal tube, cool it before you put it back in. Julian, Mum's dad was just outside Middlesbrough and his accent was just as strong. They were known as Jock and Yorkie. Yes, okay, he was from Durham County, but the accent was close enough. There we go. Simon said, "Yeah, hi, Mrs. Minion." Jim says, "Hi, Kieran." Kieran says, "Morning, Athol." Kieran says, "Hi, Jim." Tiff says, "Middlesbrough's Teesside, Julian." Scotland Sonic says, "I bet Gary owns a fart gun, not like he needs one with that chair." Teesside's the airport I landed at when I came home on R&R from Iraq.
Oh.
Much younger. He owned a fart gun.
And then when we were going back out to Iraq, we had to go back through Teesside. And bearing in mind this was a troop flight, because it was a civilian airport, they took my ammunition magazine off me. No ammunition in it, just the magazine.
Yeah.
So I said, "You're not having it because I'm going out. We're going to Iraq. That's the whole point." And he said, "Well, I'm taking it anyway. So in that case, you can give me a note for the CQMS to explain why you've taken military equipment from me." So they had to give me a letter then.
Yeah. And when I flew out to southern Italy in 2000, there was no troop flight, so I had to go to Heathrow, and I went Alitalia club class.
Yeah.
And I didn't have to take a rifle with me, thank God. So, but that was a bit different.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, it's weird because obviously the night before you go on R&R, you have to hand your rifle in to the armory. So obviously you can't take that back to the UK with you until you're going home. But well, until you're going home for good. And tell you what, you feel so vulnerable after carrying a rifle for months on end.
Yeah, it's sort of weird once you put the bastard down, isn't it?
Yeah, I think I need more red in that.
Ben's fussing at me. He's going to the shops.
Julian, Athol, the only snag with that is getting the ambulance driver to stop outside the Chinese place. Yeah. You just stop at the Chinese on the way.
Just a sec.
And if you call them ambulance drivers, they definitely won't do it because they hate being called that.
Well, what do they want to be called?
EMTs or paramedics, depending on their rank.
Oh, fair enough.
Or, yeah, there is another one as well. I can't remember what it's called. Urgent care assistance. Julian, Tiff, when Granfy was born in 1911, it was Durham, only Teesside since 1996 when the county boundaries changed. There we go. Okay, so this is going to be a very dark purple, I think.
Oh, that is dark.
Yeah. Maybe more blue.
Yeah, it's quite sort of, you'd say maroon, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You'd say maroon.
Maroon.
Don't know why we say maroon. There's no A in it.
No.
Tiff says, when I was taken in for gallbladder infection, I was nil by mouth for a full day. Mum decided to come in and bring me some of her corned beef pie. Corned beef pie. I love corned beef pie. But I couldn't eat. It's my favourite food too. Oh, yes.
Never had it.
Do you need the moment by yourself, Gary?
Duke Wellington says, good day, all you beautiful people working again tonight. Oh, Duke.
Oh, thank you, Duke.
DJ Sonic. Ooh, corned beef pie. Oh, I love Marion's corned beef pie. It's lovely.
Oops.
Sonic says, hey, Duke.
Oh!
What you done?
That was so close to smashing your plane.
Julian says, good day, Duke.
Oh, it's gone again.
Sonic
There you
says,
go.
yes,
That's
please,
better purple.
don't forget the beans, kissy kissy.
That's the purple?
That's more red than purple.
Yeah.
No.
Try to match the colour at the bottom of
No.
the palette.
I think it's pretty much more a purple now. Very
It looks-
dark purple. Deep purple.
Yeah. There you go.
Deep purple. Yeah. Can you get
Oh,
it?
you get,
Try
yeah,
to
you'll get
match
one of them.
the colour at the bottom end of the palette.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like a darker purple.
Yeah.
Cool. See, not bad for someone who's colourblind.
Yeah.
I've learned to adapt over the years.
Hagrid says, following our parliamentary debates. Man, is there anyone even believing in our governmental agreement, lol? It's really disheartening to see this. To see this is to be the next 4.5 years of our legislation.
Yeah. Politicians are crazy right now.
You're not wrong there. I refer you
There you
to a
go.
conversation we had before we went live. Sonic says that's what she said. Julian says medical vehicle transportation operative, ambulance driver.
No, they're called urgent care assistants because they can do basic first aid.
Belgium. Hagrid says, sorry for the rant. Good thing we have you guys to remind us we have a better world out here already. There you go.
Yeah. We have a parody newspaper in Australia, and that was their headline today.
There you go.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
That's all right.
It'll do. It'll do. It's my plane. It'll do. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that one earlier on. US takeover of Gaza Strip paused after Trump told it's not a strip club.
And back to non-political stuff. Gentlemen.
Yes.
John.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice try, John.
I didn't say anything.
No, he didn't. He didn't say anything, actually. Oh, dear.
One second. I should have test fitted this before I glued it. Oh, no, that works.
Sonic says,
Sonic says now that's a close-up. Duke says the Fokker is jinxed, John.
Oh, you're not wrong. No, maybe it's just the operator.
Yeah.
The Fokkerator.
Julian says, Hagrid, I think the key part of parliamental governmental is the last two syllables.
yeah.
Seems to me.
Mental.
Hagrid says, yep, Julian, it sure is.
It sure is.
Julian says, lol, yes, I saw that too from the shovel.
Yeah.
Jim says, squirrel. Well called, Jim.
Yeah. See, Jim gets it. John.
What? The strip?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
It is dark purplish, but I like it. It's like a black currant.
Blackcurrant.
Black currant. Black currant. Nom nom nom.
Nom nom.
Duke says, are you in a bucket, John?
A bucket?
You sound.
Oh, do I sound like a bucket?
You sound like your head's in a bucket. You don't sound like a bucket. A bucket is.
Okay.
Is that better?
That's a bit better, I think.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Hagrid says, squirrel, where? Julian says, not a striped skunk, Jim.
Does help when you remove your head from the bucket.
Ah,
See,
there you go.
Jim has read the Discord rules.
We shall have to start calling him the sheriff.
Yes. The Sheriff of Wattingham.
The World Police. Oh no, that's.
That was very funny.
Can't say I ever watched it.
Very funny.
I think I watched it, a little bit of it, and I was just like, oh god.
But you do need to have a few beers inside you to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A few beers and a few spliffs.
Yeah.
I did. So yeah, when I saw that the first time, it was on an American base in the Middle East, and oh my god, the crowd went wild.
Hagrid said, there's a hole in me bucket, dear Mikey, dear Mikey. There's a hole in me bucket, dear Mikey, a hole. I did miss the comment that was before that. I think it was a Sonicogram, wasn't it?
99.
Probably.
It was Julian. Sounds fine now, John. Was a wee bit echoey.
Thank you.
Echo. Then fix it, dear Hagrid. Oh, God.
What shall he fix it?
Tamir extra thin.
Super glue and talcum powder.
Speaking of medicinal lotions and everything else, the song you may or may not remember, Lily the Pink,
Oh, by the Scaffold.
by the Scaffold. That entered my head the other day, so I looked it up on YouTube's, and now my feed is nothing but the Scaffold, which is interesting.
Yeah.
What I did learn is it's based on an actual elixir in the US by a person called Lillian Pinkhurst.
No, you see. Because Ebenezer thought he was Julius Caesar.
That's a one.
I have no idea what you're jabbering on about.
In a home where they gave him medicinal compound, and now he's emperor of Rome.
There you go.
Very good.
Not
See,
allowed to
your
sing it
memory's
though.
not
Are we?
that bad.
And did you know that one of the members of the group, the Scaffold, is Paul McCartney's brother?
Yes. Someone, was it Michael McLeod? I think it was.
Can't remember
Something
what
like
he
that.
said.
He didn't want to be seen to ride on the coattails of his more famous brother, so he changed his name and only
Yes.
changed it back after he stopped recording music, which is
And in
Pretty
the
amazing.
70s, he became a presenter of a Saturday morning kids TV show called Tiswas.
cool.
and-
What?
Tiswas.
His was.
Tiswas. Tiswas. It stood for something. I can't remember what it was. But any red-blooded young gentleman of the 70s would have watched it to see Sally James, who was the
Oh,
presenter.
okay.
And she always wore leather. Ugh.
Okay. Now that we've got Gary's fantasies out of the way.
Yeah.
Sonic says, Sonicogram, don't blame me.
Wouldn't blame you. Wouldn't blame you, dear chap.
Dieter, with that, with what shall I fix it, dear Julian? Etc. etc.
Etc. Etc.
Etc. Etc.
I tell you what, since you've been ill, your humour's gone even better.
Couldn't get much worse.
Mine.
Yeah,
Oh God. It's the drugs.
they're brilliant. Keep them up. Julie says, with straw, dear John, and copious amounts of Tamir extra thin. Dieter, I run out of glue, dear Julian, etc. Kevin, need copy, must go now. Be right back.
Who's coming?
I'll have one as well. Dieter says,
Murder
push
one.
the capitals. And Nigel says, ooh, Sally James.
Yes.
Oh dear.
Oh, dear.
Tiff says, today is Saturday. Watch and smile, Gary. There you go.
That's it.
Oh, tis was.
There you go. This was an acronym for today's Saturday. Watch and smile.
It had things like the Phantom Flan Flinger used to be on it. And the Bucket of Water song.
Sounds riveting.
They used to put members of the audience in a cage and throw buckets of water at them.
Oh, God, I wish I'd do that in Parliament.
We used to do that in the Falklands, just without the water. We had a cage for in the unit bar. We had a prison cage. It was actually a proper metal, like 6-foot cage that we had in the bar area. And
Shit.
if you broke one of the bar rules, you had to go in the cage.
Shit.
And
guess
I
shit.
broke one of the rules one night and got put in there. But there's quite a few people breaking the rules, so they kept putting more and more people in there. And then I stood in there with my pint, and next minute I looked up from my pint and realised there was no bars around me anymore. What I didn't realise is, as I'd been shuffling to make space to let people in, I'd actually shuffled between two of the bars and stepped out. And the rule was, if you can get out without anyone noticing and get out of the door, go up the corridor, back into the main bar door and buy a drink at the bar before anyone notices, then you don't have to go back in there for the rest of the night.
And you were successful?
Yes, I looked up, like, ooh, I'm out, and legged it. I got to the bar, got a drink, and then just stood there in front of the DJ drinking it.
Lovely.
Yeah. But I escaped by accident. And actually, I couldn't figure out how the hell I'd done it, because the bars weren't that far apart, and I'm not exactly the smallest of people.
Well, it's before you had a beard, so you're a little, you fit in places you couldn't now.
Well, after the compulsory piss up on a Friday, on a Saturday morning, we had to go in and do all the tidy up and everything. And actually, I was looking at it, and what had happened is one of the bars had been broken off, and nobody'd noticed. So I must have sort of bent, because it was only broken off at one end. So I must have sort of bent it out the way by accident, without realising. We used to do all sorts of things. We had to do an initiation and everything.
Oh, we can't do initiations anymore.
No. You definitely wouldn't be allowed to do this one. It was a polyurethane sprocket. And it must have been, 12 inches internal diameter.
All right. Oh, don't like the sound of this is going.
Right. And what they did, about 12-inch internal diameter. And what they did was they got the two biggest recovery mechanics we could find on the unit. And you had to put your arms up in the air, hold your hands together. They had to put the sprocket over your arms, and they had to try and pull it down you. And it had to go down to the ground and back up. Otherwise, you had to do a dancing competition with the company sergeant major, because the company sergeant major was the UK breakdancing champion.
Oh my god!
Yeah, Australia has a breakdancing champion.
No, you don't.
No, you're right. She broke dancing.
Yeah. So for some people, it went fast, but if it didn't go all the way down, they all stood there shouting, "You fat bastard," and things like that. Yeah. With mine, they didn't even get it past my arms, because my arms wouldn't go close enough together. And I figured out that when they were telling me about it, I thought, if I don't put my arms together properly, then it won't go and hurt my chest and things. It'll only hurt my arms.
You don't want to hurt your chesticles.
No, because I didn't want it catching on my nipples or anything.
Chesticles.
No, you don't want chafed nipples.
It was that bad. They got it around between my elbow and my shoulders, but it was that bad. There's actually blood trickling down off my arms and everything, because they literally hang on to it and swing on it and everything to try and get it to come down.
What? On your nipples?
No, on the sprocket.
Oh, my mistake.
John only heard nipples, so everything you just said.
No, I heard chesticles. Is that what you call the nipples?
He's just jealous because everyone else has got normal sized nipples.
No, you're right. You're right. Yeah. It's,
Anyway, moving on. Julian says GMTA tip, whatever that means. Get my tea ass up, Julian, says Hagrid. I like what you see is what you get. And Dilligaff. Dilligaff. Now that's something Australia has given us.
Oh, yeah.
Bit like the phantom raspberry blower of old London town. 2 Ronnies for the younger non-UK chatters. Yeah. What the hell is Dilligaff, Sonic? Dilligaff is the initials of "Do I look like I give a..."
Yeah, it's an acronym. Because the military
song. Is it by Kevin Bloody Wilson?
A song by Kevin Bloody Wilson, yeah.
Yeah.
Who was mentioned on Monday's stream. That Mikey didn't know who we're talking about.
I still don't.
Julian says, I was always watching Saturday Swap Shop. That, of course, was in the days prior to video recorders. Yeah, but Maggie Philbin wasn't quite as tasty as Sally James.
Well, I don't know.
Neither do I, John. My dad was still in school then, so yeah.
That cross looks too big for that wing.
It does, because it is.
It goes
Because
over
on
the
my
aileron.
version, it goes onto the aileron as well.
Oh, right, okay.
And I haven't put the ailerons on yet.
No, I
I don't know
noticed.
why? I should actually do that right now. Otherwise, these decals won't go on. Back in a moment.
Oh God, he shot himself
What's the matter, Ben?
with a staple gun.
What's the matter, mate?
Next. Julian. Okay. Thanks, Tiff and Sonic. There you go. Jim, was the Sergeant Major an Olympic breakdancer? No, he was just a national breakdancing champion.
Whackaday. That was Timmy Mallet. What a pillock.
He was in our town a few months ago.
I'm not well. You can keep him.
He just looks like a weirdo. He looks like the sort of person that goes after certain people of a certain age. Sonic says
And
the Aussie
come
one,
back.
Jim. He says with a Timmy Mallet. Sonic says Timmy Mallet was a complete tool. Haha.
Yes.
Julian, it could have been worse, Mikey. At least they knew your from your elbow. Yeah. Julian, Keith Chegwin obviously liked Maggie Philbin, Gary, seeing as how he married her.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
I know
That's
Keith
another-
Chegwin.
one of those things I never quite understood. That and why what's her name? The Britain's Got Talent judge,
Simon
Amanda
Cowell.
Amanda Holden. Whatever did she see in Les Dennis?
What did people see in her? Other than
Well,
a
there's a couple
chesticle.
of couple of points I could think of.
Well, yeah, but she's hardly got the sparkling personality on camera, has she? And you know, if you're going to be with a woman, there's got to be more to her than just her looks.
Yeah, she's got to be able to cook.
Oh, Gary,
God.
Gary. Do not let Marion hear you say that.
She's out.
Yeah,
And
that's
anyway,
why you feel
I can blame my illness.
See, he's
Benji's
snitching on you
independent.
already. Benji's snitching on you. Julie says, so not a fan of Timmy Mallet's teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini, Gary.
No,
I wondered where that come from.
that was before then. That was originally it was a song in the 50s.
Duke says Gary and money. Dear me.
Ah, why isn't that lining up?
Let's see. How
Benji.
are we getting? How are we getting on?
Shut the band.
So can someone shoot that dog? Are you joking? Don't actually do it.
So,
My God, he sounded like a
because I can't
robot.
talk politics, can I say something else controversial?
Then. Maybe.
Like and subscribe.
Hey,
Oh! Excuse me a minute. Hey, shush, what's that? What's that?
what's going on, people? 16 people watching and only 11 likes. That's not like you lot.
It's the postman, you fella.
And nobody can complain this time because it wasn't me that said it. It was John.
Yeah.
Kevin says,
Yeah,
I
that's-
returned from the wonderful black elixir that makes my day go zoom. Ian says, to be fair, I only watched Whackaday for Transformers cartoon, then turned TV off. Jones says she's got to be able to cook. Doesn't Gary get brave when Marion's out? Laugh out loud. Duke. Oh no, he said it. He said it. Sonic. At least back then, everyone knew who the celebrities actually were. Yeah. I don't know and don't care now.
Yeah.
You didn't have A-list and B-list celebrities.
You had the... Oh, I'm not going to say it. No.
Saturday evenings, Dixon and Doc Green after Doctor Who.
There you go.
Because
You had
we were different. We had ABC, Australian Broadcasting
Corporation.
Commission. Yeah, but we had. I think it was. What I remember is Catweasel, followed by
Catweasel. Oh my God!
I think the Goodies, and then going into Doctor Who. This is 70s, early 80s, whenever it was. But I don't remember much of Catweasel.
Catweasel was brilliant.
It just sticks in my head though, because
Jeffrey
'cause it was
Belden played Catweasel.
There we go. Now, should I know him from anywhere else?
He was in lots of things. Jeffrey Belden. What else was he in?
I'll be able to IMDb it. That's all right.
Yeah.
Jim, Benji is quite feisty today.
Yes, there's a postman delivering next door. He's taken offence.
Oh, has he? What, on his push bike? That might hurt.
I'm going to have to fiddle with these. It's all going wrong, boys. It's all going wrong.
Sorry, Gary, did you just say you're going to have a fiddle?
I'm going to have to fiddle with these machine guns because one's not playing the game.
Oh, now, there's a thing. So, for people who are watching this to get tips and tricks and things to avoid,
fools.
Yeah. One thing, so my advice before we put the biplane together, apart from putting the top wing on backwards, was what I was saying is, like, if you're building biplanes, I tend to do the cabane struts, these inner struts first, and then fit the outer struts. What I've found on this aircraft in particular, don't do that. It's going to be very difficult to get the correct angle of these cabane struts without the top wing in place. However, the outer wing interplane struts are perpendicular, so you can stick them. And I also found it easier opening up the holes slightly in the wing.
Yeah,
in the
I
plastic
did that
with a drill. Even though these don't necessarily have spigots top and bottom. But my advice is, if you're going to build this kit, which I highly recommend because it is a really good kit, do the outer plane struts first. Stick them vertical, perpendicular to the lower wing, then rest the top wing in place, and then one by one fit the cabane struts, where you've got more chance of getting them lined up correctly. So yeah, try that. I found it easier after I broke the wing off to refix it the correct way around.
Because John be John.
Because I be John.
Duke says, I like electricity. Ha 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 ha. I still say electricity. I call it. Catweasel was a wrestler. There was
that's a clue from Catweasel. Right.
There was a wrestler called Catweasel, but Catweasel was a children's TV series as well. That red looks scary. Thank you. Yeah, that's come out quite well. Julian says, celebrate used to be a person with talent or skill worthy of emulation. Now it's any bell end who has had a camera or a microphone shoved at them. Oh, that makes it me.
That's all of us now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because of this age of social media where everyone gets a go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hagrid said, Cat Weasel is also the call sign of one of our Dutch vets, lol. Currently scratch building a 1/6 Sherman in aluminium. Helps.
Wow.
Yes, I was watching that. That was part of the Dutch live stream I was taking part of a few months ago. It's incredible work.
Yeah. Ian says, Hawk Tour. Yes, we did the Hawk Tour Spitfire, didn't we?
We did.
Never happened to her. There you go. There's a. Michael says, to get tips and inner sanctum lessons, switch off and learn off others who know better.
Yeah. God.
Ian says, typical Sunday night lineup on the local public broadcasting station was Dave Allen, Monty Python, Faulty Towers, and The Prisoner. That's not a bad night in, that.
No, it's not. I've never seen The Prisoner, but there's got to be something in it because a lot of people talk about it with fondness.
I am not a number. Julian says, e.g. reality TV celebrity, talentless pillock who has had a camera shoved in their face. But to this day, I do not watch reality TV.
Oh, it's just because it's cheaper to produce doesn't mean it's necessarily watchable, does it?
Hawk Tour Girl, otherwise known as Hayley Welch, is apparently facing, at the minute, she's in legal difficulties because she launched a cryptocurrency thing and it lost 95% of its value within days of people actually buying it.
Oh dear.
Well, wouldn't you just...
There's a
anyone
large-
who would have bought any of that deserves to go down in flames, don't they?
That's exactly
Yeah.
what I was going to say, John. Anybody who jumped on that particular bandwagon because of her wants their head tested anyway.
Yeah.
DJ Sonic says,
Yeah,
bunch of nobodies on TikTok and the like going, ooh, look at me, influencer my arse.
Problem is they're bad influence.
Athel
Okay.
says, bit late I know, but my first combined kit with my dad was a Handley Page bomber with 6 struts per side.
Wow.
Oh, was that the Matchbox one?
Is that the 400 Handley Page 400 or something? Sonic said, if that's what's influenced kids these days, it should be banned.
Yes.
Oh, the voice of the nation there, Sonic.
Julian says, lol, celebrity, okay, any person that then becomes a public figure.
Yeah.
Hagrid says, I still do not get why spitting is getting so much attention. It's both revolting, rude, and very unhygienic. Yes.
Oh, you're on about like Gleekin stupid shit.
All right. The Prisoner is a very much a cult classic thing. I know of a few friends who know the series as I do. Yes. Patrick McGowan was the main character, main star of that.
Was he?
And it was filmed at Port Merion.
So the next question is,
Which
who
is
is he?
in Wales.
Who is
yeah.
Patrick McGowan?
He's in Barry Lyndon, a film
Yeah.
by
He was in quite a
Stanley
lot.
Kubrick. It's very
Stanley
good.
Kubrick filmed part of Full Metal Jacket at the base where I did my basic training.
Yeah.
Patrick
Did you have
McGowan.
to
was-
avoid the snipers while you were there?
Oh, what was that? What was that? Patrick McGowan was in that film about the submarine that goes to the North Pole. Rock Hudson was the captain. Ernest Borgnine was in it.
My Station Zebra?
My Station Zebra. Yeah. That was a good film. I enjoyed that.
Ooh, okay.
It's funny because most of what we talk about, Gary, is followed by, oh, okay.
Yeah, Mike doesn't know.
It's funny.
Julian says, 100% agreed, Sonic. Influence can only influence those who cannot think for themselves. Yes, there you go.
I just
Part of the
don't
problem is
understand.
I don't watch telly. So, I mean, I watched it when I was a kid, but and when I was a teenager.
Yeah, but if you
stuff,
watch, say, TikTok, you know, that's...
I don't watch TikTok either because I'm not sad. I'm lonely.
Timmy.
I'm too busy for stuff like that.
Timmy says, the thing she's in trouble for is she ran a pump and dump. Ooh.
Yeah.
talked up a crypto coin. Everyone bought it. Then he went up. She sold a lot, made big money.
Ah,
Yeah.
Unhygienic, says Hagrid. Yes.
Yes.
Hagrid also says anyone calling influencer a job is lying to themselves for being lazy.
Now, this is the thing, right? Because influencer, technically, an influencer is anyone that does, like, has a following on social media. So that means any YouTuber or anything is technically an influencer.
yeah,
like,
but
Where
where you're
influencer-
wrong is, we don't have a following.
Well, you may not, but I do. Apparently, because there's 595 people who are crazy enough to follow us, or follow my channel. So yeah, it depends on what your perspective is, really.
Finji, will you shut up? I'm doing my head in.
He hasn't said anything.
He's sat on the bed growling out the window now.
It's like, Marianne, come back. He dissed you.
Yeah.
all is forgiven. Julian, oh, very naughty, Tim. Bit like an overnight Ponzi scheme, or as I call it, a con. Yes.
You're a man of the world.
I mean, Peter,
Hagrid,
ironically, sorry.
Go on, I was going to read that, but you can.
Ironically, she was offered a job in the porn industry. There, she can hawk to it all she wants and get decent attention. Yeah, make a lot of money from it as well.
Yeah.
She was not entirely unattractive.
Hello,
George says,
George.
"Oh, hi, George."
That's it. Ice Station Zebra with Rock Hudson as the skipper and Patrick McGowan as the MI6 agent.
There we go.
And the
I'm gonna
classic
change
soundtrack.
Song. I'm going to change the song. Well, our soundtrack, shall I say. There you go.
Oh,
Right. So, I've done that bit. Done that bit. What bit am I putting on now?
I'm doing that bit. On that one.
Done that bit. Yeah.
Shut up.
Who are you telling to shut up?
A certain little white four-legged.
God, I thought you were talking about me for a moment.
Well, you are white and two-legged.
Not four-legged, but a certain, white-haired tosspot.
Well, that's one way of putting it. Yeah, it's going to be an odd version.
Hmm?
Mine's going to be an odd version, but it's not odd in so much that it doesn't look right.
Why are you saying which bit? What doesn't look right?
The struts.
Oh,
It's
that looks
It's
fine.
not so odd that it doesn't look like it's not meant to be there.
Your model, you do you.
Exactly.
It is. It's amazing how different they look. I mean, the three different schemes we've chosen is it's almost like different kits, eh? Well,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
look very different from each other.
Same kit. Variations on a theme.
Precisely, old boy. And do you know what? The bloody top wing's strong now. Thank you, Kaylee. Ooh. Kaylee's just brought me a coffee. Yay. She's such a good person.
She is.
Jim, Athol. Very good Athol. A very good film, Athol. McGowan played that role perfectly. Julian, well, yes and no, Mikey. I think influence are those who only purpose is to spout crap in order to make others believe they're crap. Yes. Yeah. I don't know. Depends on your perspective, I suppose. God instructs under the tail as well. Timmy says she also has a podcast called Talk to Her. Haha.
Does she? I'll be sure to look that up.
I'm sure you will when Bronwyn's not around.
No, I had no idea who the Hook to a Chick was. I had to Google it, but yeah. I mean, I have virgin ears. I'd never heard of her. I mean, there's more important people that I can ignore.
Dieter says, Athol, ever seen Hostile Waters with Martin Sheen, Colm for Rutger Hauer, and a very young Dominic Monaghan?
That sounds like a good.
I'd say I have seen that one.
What's the most excellent film today? It's called The
called
Highwayman.
Oh.
It's
Is that the one Kevin Costner and Woody Harrelson?
correct. Yeah,
Oh, that's fantastic.
that's really good. It's
True story
the
as well.
People that are hunting down Bonnie and Clyde, and it's wonderfully filmed. Great dialogue. It was just like it's on Netflix. Watch it for a small subscription fee. Fantastic film. Loved it.
Yeah. Very good.
C20.
And a true story.
A very true
I thought
story. I
so,
couldn't believe the photos at the end, how accurate it was. Like they filmed it in exactly the same place where they were killed, is where they filmed that scene. But because it's a 2-lane asphalt highway, they put dirt down and planted next to a row of trees to make it look like it did then. It's just incredible.
Absolutely.
Apple says, yes, Dieter. Julian, Tim, does tour mean crap by any chance? George, the bottom one is cool. That would be John. George, it's modern day advertising. Yeah. Dieter, John, you are not missing anything worth looking up with that Hawk tour of girl, believe me.
Oh, what a shame.
Oh dear, how sad, never mind.
Oh dear. EP27.
Oh yeah, it goes like that. Cool. Ian's in. Hello, Aussie Ian. He says, good evening all.
Hello, Ian. Oh, look, while Ian's here, that just reminded me, we've got in our local club, Skull Club, what we are doing, and I haven't started yet, you pay a very small fee, and you get given a pretty awful kit. So this is an
Really
old
good
tester's
promotion
kit.
there, John.
Well, it's a pretty awful kit. This company's out of business, so, you know.
No, I mean, great advertising for your group. Pay us some money and we'll give you a crap kit.
Yeah, I see what you mean. So anyway, everyone has a go at putting this together, and the best one wins. And basically, the $2 entry fee, you get the pool of that. But what is amazing about this kit is the plastic has the stars. It's like the cross and circle on it. But look, they're so out of register. Like, wow.
Yeah. Oh my god, I'll be sanding that off.
Yeah. And I don't know if this is, the wing is one piece. It's quite funny, really.
Oh my god.
But,
And in other news, Julian, example influencer, total knob, Freddie Bentley. No, I've never heard of him either. Said we must stop teaching about World War II because it upset people. Yeah. As Ian says, nice to see the wings are on, right, John?
Oh, you saw that, did you? Well, what can I say? Yes.
That one's going to be round the club before you get there.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
They're all going to walk in and go, Fokker. Athol says, hello, Aussie Ian. Julian says, evening, Ian. Jim, Ian, hello. Sorry I missed seeing you there up to now. He's only just come in, that's why. Dieter, Testers is fully absorbed into Italeri nowadays. There you go, John. You have your answer.
Yeah.
Jim says, hello, Ian. Peter says, interesting panel lines on that Dauntless. Haha.
Oh, you're not wrong.
Ian says, I have too many kits on the go to participate in that build.
Yeah, fair enough.
How do you think John feels? He has 4 builds a week going now.
I do, but this will be the last one of these, so.
Well, yeah, but we're starting the new one next Thursday.
So later on in the stream, are we going to announce what we're going to be building?
Ooh, I don't know. Or should we announce it, or should we leave it as a surprise for the intro?
I think we should announce it
Okay.
because there will be a review of the kit coming up. Hopefully,
Fair call.
if the river don't rise, and hopefully later on in the next few days, I will be releasing a unboxing review of the kit we're going to build.
I think it's a pretty well kept secret. I think it's a bit like a certain sort of character dying in a certain Star Wars film that nobody really spoke about until it was a correct time. So
What we'll do then is at the end we'll switch our cameras off, put the kits on the table, and switch the camera back on at the same time, or whatever, or put it on the desk at the same time, whatever.
Okay. Che professore.
Jim says, I think the SBD model is a very old Hawk models kit.
Oh,
Steve Gaming then. Hello, Steve.
Hi,
He
Steve.
says,
there's Steve.
influencer equals cancer on society. Sorry, just my opinion, and hello, everyone. Yes, I agree. Ian, hi, Jim. Good to see you back. Ooh, surely his front's just as lovely. Sonic says, so much ignorance and stupidity by this generation makes Timmy Mallet look like a genius. Stop the world, I want to get off. Steve says, damn right, Sonic. Julian says, other Ian, Mikey. Julian says, agreed, Steve. Afternoon, by the way. Ian, no surprise us. Oh, no, surprise us.
Oh, okay.
So he wants to surprise on next Thursday. Athol says, how about the next kit is the Red Baron's Tri-Wing? I was actually looking at that kit the other day.
No.
Tim says, Steve Gaming. Hello, Steve. Glad to see you here. We have kept it pretty well, because I think we decided this like over 10 weeks ago, wasn't it?
Oh, so long ago. Yeah.
I've had the kit ages.
Yeah. So, we've got one vote for surprise next Thursday. So, what does everyone else think?
I don't think it'll be a surprise next Thursday because you will want to do an avatar screenshot for
Thumbnail.
YouTube's. Yeah, thumbnail. There you go. If I did more YouTube videos, I'd know that.
Yeah. Well, I've done the intro.
I
know what I could do. I could put the intro off on here. I don't know. What do people want us to do? But we'll let the audience decide.
Stop, halt, and desist.
Yeah, stop making this crap. Julie says, stupidity will halfway around the globe while intelligence is putting his shoes on. Paraphrase the lies, truth saying, yeah. Ozzy Ian says, tonight. Oh. Gotta love a bit of Phil Collins. C20. I was watching his live in Paris concert the other night from years ago. I was like, oh, so much energy.
He's so good. My favourite drummer, that's for sure.
He literally spent like 2 hours sprinting round the circular stage whilst he was singing.
Now look at him.
Yeah. Poor bloke. C2. Rocket, I'm guessing that's that. Tim says, tell us tonight and I'll stop disliking every video. I don't think we could do anything to stop that idiot disliking every single video. Still doing it.
Yeah, I promise I'll stop.
Steve says, "Hi Jim, what are you working on right now?" That was a good little riff, wasn't it? Diddle.
Yeah, I was enjoying that.
Yeah. Tiff says, "I went to Queen, not Phil Collins."
Oh,
Queen.
Both good.
I
Start the
wish
conversation.
to God I'd seen Queen live.
My stepdad did. Duke says, "Tonight and stop singing, Mikey." I wasn't singing. You can't call my voice singing. Dieter, "We were born stupid, I kept stupid, and we'll die when we realise just how stupid we were. Ain't that stupid?" Yes. Julian, "How about announcing the new kit verbally with a 5-second countdown so that those who want to can mute the stream?"
Yes. If you don't want to know, look away now.
Yeah, we could do that. Julian says, "How about..." Oh yeah, Sonic says, "I want to break free." Okay, has Tiff got you tied up in the basement or something? Dieter says, "Tonight, so bright, smashing pumpkins. Tonight I'm going to have myself a real good time" by Queen. "I can feel it calling in the air of night." For Phil Collins, Genesis. Yeah. But Phil Collins did actually do a song called Tonight.
Oh, Genesis, yeah.
Yeah. Jim says, "Steve's Gaming chipping away at my P1127 for the Harriet Group build. Currently on hold due to this awful cold."
Oh, yeah, cold.
It says, "Whomever is disliking every stream, what a waste of your time," is all I can say. Yeah.
But thanks for watching every stream so you can dislike it.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it doesn't even make any difference. Because I'm still getting 97, 98% on likes. So
I
it
don't.
makes no odds because they are literally the only person that dislikes the videos. So it's making no difference to the algorithms or anything.
ELO, now they were a good group in the day.
See, I do like Yellow.
Yeah,
I think I've got one of my dad's old CDs of Yellow.
yeah.
Oh, there's that riff again. No,
Violinsky, wasn't Violinsky part of ELO?
I don't know.
Steve will tell me.
I'd have to ask my dad.
Steve, was Violinsky part of ELO? I think he was.
Steve says, "Hope you're feeling better soon." Dieter, "Seen Queen once in 1986, Wembley at the tender age of 6.
Wow.
Yeah, me and the Better Looking Marley saw Queen in '86 for the Works tour in Melbourne. At a venue that's not there anymore. It's was the Olympic swimming pool for the 1956 Olympics.
Did you get a bit wet?
No, they stupidly they filled in the pool and put seats in it and stuff. It's sort of weird. Now it's a gym for one of the bloody AFL clubs.
2 seconds. There you go.
Oh dear.
Yes, darling.
Julie says, "You can't call my voice singing mine either, Mikey. More like a half a pound of gravel in a coffee grinder." Yes. Dieter, "Seen Queen with Adam Lambert twice, and with the previous vocalist once. Cried my eyes out when they did the blues version of Hammer to Fall on the intro." Ooh, now that would be nice to listen to.
Ooh, I don't know the blues version.
Dieter, if you can find a video of that blues version of Hammer to Fall, can you put it into Discord for me? Because I'd love to hear that. I like blues. Ian says, "Yellow." Is that like Freddie Mercury going, "Yellow"? Jim says, "Hey-o, hey-o."
Hey,
I like the bit in the Queen film where he goes to the doctors and gets his diagnosis, and the kid does that to him. And he does it back for the kid. Jim says, "Thank you, Steve." Sonic, "I'd give anything to be at Live Aid front row when Queen was performing."
Yeah, not just Queen, all of them.
Yeah. Well, you think about Phil Collins and Genesis. They performed at the Wembley one and then flew over to Philadelphia and performed at that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was just Phil by himself. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was on a Concorde.
He went,
Yeah,
was
he
Concorde.
He was properly burnt out after it, wasn't
I think he underestimated jet lag is still a thing.
he? Yeah. Jim said, "Saw my first concert at age 15." Julian, Gary, how do you spell that guy's name? He wasn't in ELO's lineup that I can see.
I'm sure they called him. It was literally Violin SKI, Violinski.
Mr. Evans is in. He says, my first proper gig was ELO at Wembley in 1978, just after Out of the Blues released.
Hello, Gary.
Speaking of which, don't forget to join me and Gary, or mainly Gary, at 8 o'clock tonight for Gary's Stuff live stream.
Oh yeah, I should do that.
It's the first Thursday of the month. We have a new kit from Misty Box Nick, and in looking at the clues, it looks like it's going to be a good one. Ian says, I thought Freddie was saying Figaro. He does on some of them. And on others he says AO, doesn't he?
Ah, there. That's maybe where I'm
Mick
getting it.
Kaminsky.
Mick Kaminsky of ELO did form Violinski. Thank you.
Yeah, there you go. Violinski is a band, Gary.
Right.
Sonic, that guy who played Freddie in Bohemian Rhapsody was amazing. I couldn't tell the difference. Yeah,
Rami Malek.
yeah. He looked a little bit clean compared to if you look at footage of Freddie Mercury. He was a bit too clean, but because Freddie Mercury was always he had quite a lot of like grey on his skin, didn't he? Because he had stubble and things quite high up, and he had quite a bony face. Julian says, afternoon, Commander Evans. Gary says, yes, wasn't the clog dance mix one and only hit from that?
Oh, wow.
One of my favourite songs is from Mike and the Mechanics, Mike Rutherford. And it's Silent Running.
Oh yeah.
I really like that one. It's very profound as well. Prophetic, even. Jim says, Gary stuff, hello, Mr. Evans. How's the North Wind coming along? They're just laying the floor today. Sonic says, hey, Gary. Julian, Mick Kaminsky played the violin, as Steve said. There we go. George, hey, Jim. Floor is going in today, hoping not more than a week until I can move in.
Yay.
I got in there, Gary, for when Maria's had enough of you or you're working late. Tiff says, hey, Gary. You know that's going to happen at some point, especially in the first few weeks when you first start working in there, because Maria's not hearing you in the house. She's going to lock the door or something when she goes out, forgetting that you're outside.
Oh, locked in my man cave with all my models. Oh dear, how will I survive?
Yeah. Dita says, yeah, Rami Malek even was able to reach Freddie's vocal range. You hear him sing with Freddie's voice mixed in, only when absolutely necessary. Yeah. There's a YouTube channel called Wings of Pegasus, and he does the vocal analysis on singers and stuff to see if they've been used, and he actually checks it on the auto-tune on the sound waves and everything on the screen, so you can see if they've used auto-tune or not. And Freddie Mercury is one of Freddie Mercury and Luciano Pavarotti were two very few singers that didn't use auto-tune to some extent. And you can see it on the waveforms.
Wasn't auto-tune invented years later? Like
no, it's been around for
around
decades.
about the time of Believe by Cher, like years after Freddie.
No, auto-tune's been around for years. It's been around for decades. You can tell because when you look at the waveform,
Benji, shut up.
when auto-tune's been on, it hits the note exactly. Whereas a singer that's not using it will never ever hit the note perfect. They always sort of dance either side of it. Sonic says, need to get a GS sticker soon. Yes, they are nice. Gary says, I believe Mike Kaminsky had a Les Paul custom electric violin at one point. Oh, so good.
16.
Jim, Gary stuff sounds good. Look forward to seeing the official launch of the North Wing. Hurrah! Yeah, he's having military brass band and everything. Dieter says, Mikey, it's on Discord. Had to stop it from playing as it hit me straight in once more. Nice.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Julian, silent running the Mike and Mechanics version. Yes, indeed. I love that version. Gary says, I think Mike Kaminsky had a Les Paul. Yeah, we're just way cool. Yeah. Sonic says, only song I've heard from them was Over My Shoulder. Listen to Silent Running, mate. Listen to the lyrics of it. It's very prophetic. Gary says, I think Mike and the Mechanics were the support when Maria took me to see Celine Dion at Wembley. Not quite as cool as Status Quo, of course. My mum and stepdad used to go and watch Status Quo. The only song of theirs I liked was In the Army Now. Julian says, hilariously, after Milli Vanilli were the first to be discovered mouthing on Top of the Pops, years later they had an award for services to music. Steve says, Silent Running, awesome film.
Oh, it is, yeah. Brilliant film. And somewhat prophetic as well.
Okay, so auto-tune is just the name of a piece of software. What it actually is pitch correction software. So auto-tune was invented in 1997, but pitch correction software has been around since the 70s.
There you go.
Yeah, so, it was 6 years after Freddie died.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the pitch correction in general was around since the 70s.
Yeah. But if you're that talented, you don't need pitch correction, do you?
Exactly. Mark's in, he says, good afternoon all. Hello, Mark.
Hello.
Ian says, Milli Vanilli were fake.
What?
Ooh, controversial. I like it. Julie says, Mikey, have you seen the charity version of Status Quo's In the Army Now? I'll drop it in Discord if you haven't. I have, and I did like it. It's very good.
But don't let that stop you putting it in Discord, Julian.
Absolutely. Oh, I do love this jazz music and blues music. Jim says, Gary Stuff, I recommend you for a VC for making it through a Celine Dion concert.
Do you know what? I could possibly sit through a Celine Dion concert.
Only because you like looking at Celine Dion.
No. I do like some of her music.
One group I like is called the Piano Guys.
Heard of them.
You've heard of them? They're a Mormon music group. One guy plays the piano and the other guy plays cello.
Maybe I haven't heard of them.
Look up Piano Guys Star Wars. It is so good. But what they do is they also act whilst they're playing it. So like the guy on the cello, there's one where they do, Pachelbel's Canon in D major.
Sure do.
Right, well, there's one of them where he's playing at a wedding, but he's recorded all four parts himself, and they've put them all together in the video. So it's like four celloists all playing together, and all looking and interacting with each other and everything. And he falls asleep partway through because he gets that bored, and then all of a sudden he wakes up and starts turning it's like a jazz song, and then he ends up with all the wedding party dancing and everything, all these old grannies dancing. Really good music. They did a really good one, which Dieter will love because it involves lots of kilts in the music video. It's Piano Guys fight song Because what they tend to do is they'll pick a popular song and they'll mix it with a religious song. So, and it's really, it works really well. But they've done loads of different songs from films and stuff like that, just with piano and cello, and they sound brilliant. The music videos are funny as well. June says, agreed in.
Yeah, I'm coming down there.
Steve says, I could easily sit through a Celine Dion concert if I was in a coma.
It'd be funny when you wake up. You'll say it's all coming back to me now.
Yeah, the thing is, if she turned the wrong way now, you wouldn't be able to see her on stage because whatever that illness that she's got's made her that gaunt.
Stiff person syndrome.
Yes,
she did a bloody good job in the Olympics, the French Olympics, I must say.
Yeah, they use quite a lot of auto-tune on that though. Again,
Brian says, okay, who's stolen the 3 normal dudes that do this channel and replaced them with music nerds? Sorry, Brian.
Dieter did a CD concert already. Please be see me, Jim. Gary Stuff says, Marie enjoyed it, so yeah. One thing I do want to go, at one point in my life, I would love to go to an opera concert. Go and watch an opera.
No, I think I'd probably rather put red hot needles in my eyes.
Oh, I love opera, especially like Barbara of Seville and things like that. They're so funny. Well, that one is anyway. You just listen. I've actually got it saved on my phone, so like the whole opera, so I can. I just listen to it, and it's just so funny whilst I'm working. Ian says, "Laugh my ass off, Steve." Sonic says, "What's 30 feet long and stinks of pee?" The front row of a Des O'Connor concert. Is that because there's loads of ginger people in the front row?
Oh, and do I apologise to any ginger people that watch?
My daughter's mum was ginger. That's why I say it. Not because she actually smelled like, because she didn't. But yeah, there's now wrong with ginger people.
Duke says Celine Dion has an incredible voice for such a skinny woman. She does have a very good voice.
Jim says, Steve's gaming, very good, mate. And Gary says, see if you can catch Opera North at Manchester. They are awesome. Best production of Tosca I've seen. Nice. I would if I could afford it and I had someone to go with, because Kaylee won't go and watch them. If she's not interested in it, I won't do it.
You're reading that comment out, not me.
Dieter, did Gottendammerung already? About the only one in my college years that did that. Zuberflut and Carmina Burana already. There you go. Brian says, would you like a spade for that hole you're digging?
Diggy hole.
Diggy hole. I like ginger people. Like I said, my daughter's mum was ginger. My other child that never got to be born was ginger. The mother of the child was ginger. Kay's a redhead. Wow, she's a redhead. Yeah, I don't know if I'm with gingers. In fact, I really rather like redheads and gingers.
Julian says links to Silent Running and In the Army now on Discord in the music video links channel.
Excellent.
Thank you, Julian. Athol says, okay, folks, time to take Hamish out for walkies. Bye all. Cheers, Athol. Good to see you, mate.
Later, dude.
Hagrid says, oh no, not diggy hole again.
I said that last night on the Vets channel that he does. Oh,
Modeling for Vets. Get on some
that's
Vets.
It. Yeah. because he had his head. He was sat there with his big head torch on his head. So I said it looks rather fetching, but it does kind of look like he's been playing Diggy Diggy Hole too much.
And Hagrid says, "Oh, Sheeta, Diggy Diggy Hole." Hagrid also says, "Athol, take Benji with you to give Gary a break. It's all right because Marion's home now." Gary Stuff says, "Twilight of the Gods by Wagner and the Magic Flute by Mozart, I believe. Carmina Burana is all about nuns and monks misbehaving. Great fun." Shocking.
I might see if I can find them on YouTube.
Shocking. Gary Stuff, Old Spice advert for those of a certain age. Oh.
In fact, modders, could you write down the name of those operas, please? And message me so I don't forget.
Modders, take this down.
Well, she did get a notebook for Christmas for doing her modder's duties.
Oh dear.
I'm going to get so slapped at Telford.
You'd be so slapped, you'd be slapped all the way to Cosford.
Yeah, I'm thinking of going to Cosford on one of the days this year.
Cosford's good.
Yeah. Me and Kay like going around museums. Well, museums when she finds it interesting. Our survey says Julian, Mum, her sisters and both parents were redheads. And I survived being a redhead sticker. Redhead son sticker, yes. Soul Stealers. Soul Stealers of the world unite. Dita, yep, Carmina Burana is a nice artistic approach to student shanty nights. Flipping out. Gary Stuff, take it easy with Wagner. As Rossini once said, Herr Wagner has some wonderful moments, but some terrible quarters of an hour. Dieter, I'll take Wagner over Rossini any day. Jim says, Athol, be seeing you. Give Hamish a doggy treat for me, please. And Ian says, Cosford would be good to have a members meet. Yes, it would. Now, we were all talking about meeting up at Telford on 2027, weren't we? John?
Yeah.
Yeah. So why don't we all meet? If we can all get there on the 2027 weekend, why don't we all meet and go to Cosford for the day?
I haven't verified that we're going in 2027 yet.
Yeah, I know you haven't, but I'm on about everyone else because all the others want to meet in 2027 as well.
I would like to go. Isn't that right, Timbo?
You don't need to ask Timbo. It's your wife that you need to ask.
Yes.
Timbo
related.
hasn't quite got the thumbprint on his back of his head yet.
We've got 10 minutes left of this build.
Ian said Cosford. Yep. Read that one. Dieter, Flight of the Valkyries for the win. Oh, yes. Julian, never mind Cosford. You'd all be slapped all the way to Duxford, Mikey. Jim, first heard Wagner in the film Apocalypse Now. Yeah. Gary Stuff, a boss I once had went to see Wagner opera. He said it was like being mugged, very expensive and very bad for the head. Dieter, yep, indeed, Jim. Gary Stuff, yay, Cosford. Timothy, yeppers. There we go.
Yippers.
Sonic Wagner, that's the guy who won X Factor with Susan Boyle back in the day.
Who, Timbo?
No, Wagner. Dieter, not to mention they did a modern version of Gottendammerung in the 3D Matrix movie and named it Neo Dammerung, but it sounds so good.
Oh.
Dieter says 2027 is marked in my agenda, mate. Still need to check if Nia is with me when going to Telford. There we go.
Wonderful.
Right, so in the last 5 minutes, whilst we're talking about what we've managed to do through this stream, don't comment anything else for now. Just comment whether you want us to reveal the kit now, before we finish, or next Thursday. And obviously, don't forget to like and subscribe. I mentioned it.
Yeah, and let's help the algorithm parallel.
Oh, Gary.
What?
What the hell were you opening then?
I'm not opening anything. I'm sealing a box up.
Ah. That was noisy. Right. What have we achieved today, John?
Oh, okay. So I'm pretty much done, except for I haven't mounted. Well, okay. What I've got left is I've just literally gone off camera and sprayed my two machine guns. Let's focus there with gunmetal. That's SMS gunmetal. So I need to mount them. They won't take much more than a drop of super glue. Yeah. As you see, I've got the undercarriage on, the prop on. I've got the crosses on.
Question about the prop. How did you find putting it on? Because it feels really loose on mine.
It's really loose.
Yeah, you just
got to put on
with.
I just put a lot of glue there, and it's not gone off yet. But I just check that it's straight every so often. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
But let's see. So there are little bits that I haven't fitted yet, but I'll get around to them off camera. So at that point there's two little dots behind the cross there.
Yeah.
That's an upwards facing sort of semicircle it's a grab hold to be able to lift the aircraft up and sort of walk it forward. Lift it off the skid. So you got one of them. There's two dots there for a step for the pilot to get into the cockpit. They'll go on. They'll be RLMO, well, either the grey colour or RLMO2, the grey green.
Yeah.
And I've got a very few. This bugger all rigging on this. What rigging there is
not worth doing, is it?
As you see it there. Well, I'll definitely do it, but it's a cross bracing for the undercarriage, and you've got rudder and elevator rigging at the back there. So I'll be doing those. However, they'll be under the horizontal stab. You really won't see them, but I certainly will do it. And that's because that's all the rigging there is. There's one piece there, just behind the aft cabane strut.
Yeah.
So I'll be doing that because that won't take long. But apart from that, there's a couple of little bits and bobs, which again I'll be doing off camera, but you won't notice them. Which are these bits here. So light blue.
E parts.
Bits of photo etch there that go on. It's like bracing there, but again, it's going to be under the top wing. You won't see them. That's all I've got left. So apart from mounting the machine guns and doing those little things, that is my. Let's focus. That is my Fokker D.VII OAW complete.
Stunning.
Nice. It's a really nice kit. Apart from that stuff up last week where I was able to fix off camera, in every way, this is like one of the It's I love these Eduard biplane kits, mainly because they're colourful. They can be tricky, but oh my god, they look great. So little bit. So you can see in here. One of the other things I mounted today was there's some sort of dial and photo etch on the side of the cockpit there, and there's also the airspeed indicator on the interplane strut there, and it's got a little photo etch sort of gauge on it. Won't focus, but you get the idea. It's a little brass anemometer airspeed sort of spin thing. And there we go. Oh, and I put the exhaust pipe on as well, which I need to dirty up and have a bit of soot out the back there. But apart from mounting the machine guns, which I'm about to do, it's done. So I was able to do it in the 10 hours? 10th episode, 20 hours.
No, 20 hours, isn't it? Yeah.
20 hours. My God.
Well, I think if you consider off camera as well, it's probably about 24 hours, isn't it?
Yeah, probably. But there we go. That's me. So it's come up as well as I would have hoped. It's just, I think it's a great looking kit. Oh, and the last thing, of course, is a matte coat all over, which I won't worry about. Like matte hitting the seat and all that sort of stuff. It's all good. So it'll just dull all that extra shine you've got there. But that helped me get the decals down with no sort of. There we go. That's me.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Cool.
You know, it's chunky looking thing. You know, it's a square boxy thing like a Volvo from the 80s, but it'll be. Yeah, it's a great kit. It's solid.
John.
I'll shut up. Shut
the fuck up. Yes. You're repeating yourself now.
That's
Gary.
all right. 'Cause he's filling in for me because I haven't done a lot. Struggled a bit with my hat today, to
The
be
fact that
honest.
you've done anything today, mate, is an achievement.
But I did get
wow.
the outer struts on. I did
look
get
good.
the tail on. I did repair one of the struts that was broken. And I've mounted the machine guns, although one's a bit wonky, so that's got to be fixed. I will. I've yet to spray the top wing, the white, and then I've got to mask off the underneath and do the same again under there. The wheels, the undercarriage is virtually done. There's a little bit of that'll be going on. There's a few struts to go on. But so I'm nearly there. It's not as far off as it looks. The prop's done, just isn't on yet. So yeah, good fun. Good fun.
Well done, Gary.
Thank you.
Mine, I've put the struts on. I mean, I've done my own version of the struts, obviously. I put tail skid on. Just got to paint that. Yeah, and I've painted a bit of the undercarriage. So what I'll do is, when I finish it, I'll put pictures of it in the Discord. Oh, for those that don't know, modders, do we have a Discord link? I've not done much because I've been reading chat and things, but yeah. So, gentlemen, shall we do the reveal? Because the consensus apparently is get your kits out.
Right. Okay. How are we doing it?
Right. I think what we should do is put the cameras down onto the desks, switch the cameras off whilst we put the box on the desk. Switch the camera off. In fact, switch it on. So I know where the camera is. There you go. There you go. Right, switch it off. Okay.
Hand.
John, what the hell are you doing?
That's my hand. It's covering up what's actually already on the desk.
Okay. Right.
I'll put,
Gary,
I'll
you ready?
Put a Fokker in the way.
Yeah, there you go. Are you ready, Gary?
Yeah, I am ready.
Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, Gary's
And you know what? I had it the right way up and changed it.
Brilliant.
Here you go.
So that is going to be the next build starting next week.
This was my choice.
Yeah.
We
blame him.
So would it be funny if I had a different kit?
Yeah, you'd ordered the wrong one.
Yeah.
So yes. So I've got a thing for half tracks. I must admit. I was talking to Model Officer James Skiffins about Andy's Hobby Headquarters bringing out a 1/16 half track, an M1A3, I think it is, something like that, or M3A1, I don't know. But yeah, half track. So we're going to do a half track, an ambulance one.
Yes, a German ambulance one.
Yeah. So back to armour for
a Kranken Panzerwagen.
Kranken Panzerwagen.
Yes.
It's like a cranking of a kit.
Yeah. I'm looking forward, and I will say I will do a review of this week.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
it does look like a lovely kit, I must say.
Very nice kit, actually.
I haven't actually looked inside. Well, I have.
So yeah, in fact, I won't show you what's in the box.
No.
Yeah. I won't show you what's in the box. What we'll do is we'll wait for Gary's kit review.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
yes,
how are the initial comments? Are they, oh shit, or are they more enthusiastic?
No,
there's nobody watching anymore.
Gary has the Aussie version. Jim says,
Ah.
very nice, I like it. Aussie Ian says, nice. Julian, very nice, guys. Looking forward to that. Paul Marley says, nice choice, Gary. See, it's just you he doesn't like, John. Tim says, mint. Jim says, love those German names for their military vehicles. Yeah. And Dieter says, so an armoured ambulance. Nice. Yep.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we got approval. What I will do is, if anyone wants to join in the
Ooh.
build,
Ooh.
I will put.
Well, let's see how long he
Obviously.
can stretch that
So if
out.
you buy it through that, it doesn't cost you any.
Oh.
If you buy it through that, it doesn't cost you any extra. It just means Amazon send a little bit of funds to the channel. Well, it doesn't cost you any extra. There you go.
Quite a heavy box, really.
That's what she
It is, isn't it?
I have built the Tamiya version of this, not the ambulance. I did the 251-1, I think it was. Anyway, but this one looks like a better kit than the Tamiya one. It's certainly not 50 years old. This has a full engine and
it's-
stuff in it as
apparently
well.
it's- Yeah. 200. Well, all ICM kits do, don't they?
Do they?
Yeah, all ICM kits have the engines in.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah,
It's
well,
got
that-
290 parts in it as well.
So yay.
Which I will probably lose about 289 of them. Yeah, looking forward to starting that. Hopefully my hand will be a bit better next week and I can give it some...
You have to get one of those stress balls and just keep squeezing it.
Well, I've got an exercise to do that Marion's taught me where I have to do this
Yeah.
and keep doing that. So
Okay.
You can also do the hand exercises as well.
what do you mean that?
No, guitar. So what you do?
Strumming.
So you do stuff like that's just basically stuff to stretch the muscles, and you do that with your fingers to get the blood circulating in them, and
Oh, right,
you stretch them out further apart and things,
Okay, I'll do that.
and you hold it for 5 seconds and slowly release it again. And what it does is it loosens up all the tendons in your hand. I'll send you a link to the video on it.
Okay, cool.
It does actually work. 'Cause I use it when I'm playing my guitar.
Cool.
Nigel says, "Nice one."
Cheers, Nigel.
He says, "What did Mikey say? I bet he can't repeat it."
when he went a bit 8-bit.
Hmm.
Yeah. What I said was, I'll put the Amazon affiliates link in the description for this live and the future lives for this kit. So if anyone wants to join in, buy it through there. It won't cost you any extra. It just means that when you buy it, Amazon put a little bit towards the channel. Julie says, "Sick tank car. Have to love the German language."
Fully sick.
Yeah.
I think it's a bloody good
That's what we're
choice.
gonna be building for next week.
And then we're doing a wooden ship after this. Is that right?
No,
Gary?
we're not. No, we're
No.
not. I think I'll be back
That's what
in
you-
hospital again.
That's what
Oh.
you think, Gary.
Shit, it's your choice next, isn't it?
It is.
Yes,
Mikey?
it is.
Oh,
I've already
God.
chose.
Mm.
Is it
And
what we
it's in
discussed?
stock locally.
Yes. Yeah, it is what we
What we
discussed.
discussed. All right. Okay. I've got to get it.
Right. So thank you for joining us today. We'll be back tomorrow with the lifeboat build.
Yeah.
There we go.
Call me chair.
Apparently
party.
John has soiled himself.
That's the last you'll see of the Fokker. But no, if you're thinking about building one of these kits, yeah, there's nothing nothing apart from my own stupidity. It's a really nice kit. It's I loved it. Like, you know, I do love Eduard aircraft, and certainly Eduard biplanes particularly.
Cool. Right. Gentlemen, I'll be back tomorrow at
Yep.
11 a.m. Lifeboat build.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
I might have Jake with me.
Oh, cool. We like
Alright.
Jakey.
I think we've got him tomorrow because I think his mum's.
John's fart trumpet playing sounds good.
Mm. To the right, salute. To the left, salute.
To the front salute.
Actually, somebody actually did that during my recruits course. And the instructor brought him out the front to show the rest of the flight how to do a left salute. It was great.
Anyway, gentlemen.
Yeah. I have to go for a lie down in a darkened room.
Yes, I'm not surprised after spending 2 hours with John. Right. See you all tomorrow, guys.
See you all tomorrow. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Thanks for all the nice comments. Ta-ra.